Omar, I can't really hear you. Or is it me?
It's me. It's me. All right.
Okay.
I'm good now. I should be good now. Right? Am I good? Can you hear me
Yeah, yeah,
now?
yeah, 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 yeah. Perfect.
Perfect. Anyways, listen, man. Just finished doing literally a stream. Just had to end it quickly and come straight to the stream. And yeah, man. Listen, big up to every single one of you guys who are in the stream who are just joining from the watch along of the Spain versus Portugal game. Congratulations to my guy Northside. He's finally happy, man. He's been going through a lot. He's an Arsenal fan, Benfica fan, man. He's been suffering through all of it this season. But listen, listen, man. Yeah, Portugal get their first. They get their first trophy of the. They've just beaten Spain and Yamal. And listen, the Yamal haters, man. They're having the time of their lives, man. They are having the time, bro. Have you been seeing me on Twitter these days, just fighting all these Yamal haters,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah. I've been seeing it on my feed. People are going crazy. I didn't know that people had so much hatred for a 17
Bro,
year old, a
I have
minor.
never, bro. Brother, I'm being dead serious, right? I have never in my life ever seen anything like this, bro. This guy is a 17-year-old, bro. I'm like, brother, I even made a video. I'm gonna put it out. It's already in my channel. I'm probably gonna put it out tomorrow, all right? But brother, if people really have time in their hands, don't they, Elias? Like,
Yeah,
bro, do you know how much time you have to have in your day to actually be hating a 17-year-old, bro?
yeah.
Like, how bad is your life that you literally have to be spending your days, bro?
Nah, but I mean, it's understandable. It's understandable. When a kid is so good, causing you like so many issues, and you at the same time are just going trophyless. Like
Yep.
I understand why you have that hatred, but it's still crazy. It's still crazy that you're beefing with a 17-year-old. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. You know.
Hey, listen, man, they can keep crying. It's all good. We don't care, man. But listen, we're not here to talk. We're going to get into all of that. But listen, man, this is another episode of the Culers Culture Show, guys. The rest of the panel should be here later on. But even if it's not, there's still a lot of things that we need to get into. Big up to every single one of you guys. I see you guys coming in. Big up to my guy, NJ. NJ, I put the link, I think, in the group chat. If you should find it if you want to join, but that's optional. But yeah, man, big up to my guy, and big up to my guy Mohammed, man. Big up to you, bro. How are you doing? Listen, man. Yeah, congratulations to Portugal. But listen, this is the Coolest Culture Show. There's a lot of things we need to get into, and I'm glad you're here, Elias, because one of the things I need to get into, bro. I'm sure you have a lot you want to say, bro. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a very interesting. I feel like there's so much we need to talk about because, bro, the past 2 3 days, the amount of things the news have been coming out of Barca, bro,
Yeah, it's been crazy.
is insane, absolutely insane. But big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash the like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you subscribe to Kool Podcast, guys. Okay, big up to you guys. But listen, before we get started, let's quickly just go into the Nations League final, right? Because I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie, man. Yamal was absolutely kryptonited today, man.
Yeah, yeah,
See, this
yeah,
is
yeah. He like locked down. Nuno Mendes kept him quiet on the night. Honestly,
you know the
if you're being
you know
objective, it was a
you
quiet
know
night for Lamine.
yeah. You know what's funny, right? The people that don't like Yamal the most are PSG fans, and now they're like another bag actually closed, locked up our dip. Oh my god! Do you guys understand, bro? The internet is just going to be unmerciful to this kid, Especially
Yeah,
the fact that he just uploaded something where he did "We live for these moments," bro. People are gonna
yeah.
be having the time of their lives, bro. But hey, listen, y'all can keep crying, y'all can keep moaning, y'all can keep bitching, do whatever you want, bro. It doesn't change the fact that Yamal is him. And and I feel like other people, the reason they don't like Yamal and they were praying for Ronaldo to win and Portugal to win is because, let's be honest here, right? Some of these people are very rattled about Yamal potentially winning a Ballon d'Or. You feel me, right? Because a lot of them believe Dembele is going to win it, but in
Yeah.
their hearts, they know
Hmm.
Yamal is closer than they think. So they are really, really, really rattled, man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right? And they just want to do, just praying to God that the Portugal won so that it would just be added the conversation that he would win the
Hmm.
Ballon d'Or. But I still didn't think he was going to win it. But Elias, what did you think of the game? Because I'm going to be very honest, man. These guys, Portugal, they were terrible. But Nuno Mendes, man, absolute amazing performance. But before we start, we do have a new member of the Culers Culture Show, another Barcelona guy in here, guys.
Yo, yo,
Abnuri in the
yo.
building. What's going on,
Can you hear
Abnuri?
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
What's
We can
up,
hear you.
man? Nice to be here. How's everyone?
We're doing
Yeah,
well.
good.
We're doing well. How are
What's your
you,
names?
man?
What's your names? I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm Omar. This is that's Elias Culers Culture. I'm sorry, Culers podcast, and
Yeah,
obviously,
nice to meet you.
introduce yourself,
What
man.
team do
Well,
you both Barca fans or?
yeah, yeah. Both
Oh
Barca
yeah,
fan.
yeah.
Well, I'm
This
sorry.
is a Barca panel.
I wasn't able to catch your name. What's your name?
Abs. Just call me Abs.
Just call
Abs.
them out.
Perfect. Perfect. Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
brother.
nice
Yeah,
to
man.
meet
Hey,
you
listen,
guys, man.
this is where we all meet, man. I'm bringing all the Barca
Bro,
content creators in one community, bro. We
that's
all
what I
want
was
to.
looking for, man. Barca content creators, man. So I
Yeah,
can,
this is why this is I that's why I found you. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna bring you in part of the show because I do want to create the community here because I feel like a lot of
exactly.
people,
It's love, bro. Nice community, man. I'm
yeah,
happy
man.
to be here, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Hold on.
Did you guys
What
watch
is
the
this?
game?
Yeah,
the
I was about to get into that, but I want to ask Elias first, and then I'll ask your
Yeah.
take. But Elias, I mean, what did you think of the game in general, man?
I was watching it. I was watching the game. I had it right there, like in the background and everything. I thought it was a very entertaining match. I thought Portugal they played really well in certain stints. I thought Nuno Mendes was absolutely brilliant. Down that left hand side, genuinely the best left back in the world, if not one of the
Oh,
best.
oh,
You know
without a doubt.
the ability that he has on the ball, just his overall game, he's so solid, and you were able to see why he was so key in PSG's victory in the UCL, and then as well in their win in the Nations League, of course. And this was a long time coming because when you look at Portugal's squad, I would say for the past couple of years, it's always been a squad stacked with talent. And today they finally back it up with some silverware. Unfortunately, our Barca boys, they didn't win the Nations League, of course. Lamine Yamal, your Pedris, for example. They weren't able to win it, but at the end of the day, it's a Nations League. It's basically a glorified international friendly. It would have been like a good momentum for the World Cup coming next year, but entertaining game. Congratulations to Portugal, and it's going to be a nice boost of confidence ahead of that huge tournament next summer.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, listen, you're part of Nuno Mendes, man. Jesus, this guy is definitely the best fullback in the world, bro. This guy can do it all. He is what actually
Absurd.
What's crazy is he is what we need. He's literally perfect, bro. We need a guy who can go forward and defensive work, do it perfectly well. And he's so solid, bro. He completely locked Yamal, bro. I've never seen Yamal be this locked up in a game. I'm not even kidding, bro.
It's
But
he
the first time.
when I saw Yamal playing against Nuno Mendes, I felt like he didn't really engage in 1v1 situations really.
he couldn't
The way he
he
usually
couldn't
does.
like yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like he was holding himself back and he just didn't want to like get into a 1v1 battle with him. I don't know if it's if it's the coach that told him not to do it, or
I
if
don't
it's
think
him.
it's that.
But
I'll be honest with you.
usually he's more direct and gets onto the players. I don't know why. Like today he was
Yeah.
more passive.
You know what it is, Abs? I think it's also, and I have to give credit because as much as I don't like them, I have to give credit to these guys because the players that they had, the way they were playing, right? They were very like every time Yamal had the ball, you had like three players just gathered around Yamal. You feel me, right? Just crowding him, not giving him any chance to breathe. Like I'm not gonna lie, he couldn't do much. I couldn't even blame him because at the
No,
end
no,
of
They
the
were
day,
fouling him as well, man. They were fouling him as well at the same time,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
second half.
No, no, but Portugal, like in general, they were doing a really good job defensively. Their structure was fantastic. Ruben Diaz had a fantastic game, and I think the 1v1 battle with against Nuno Mendes, I think it's gonna be hard for Lamine because when you talk about Nuno Mendes, his physicality and his pace is on a whole other level. So
yes.
Lamine has to be perfect technically. And when you're being marked by two or three, it's very difficult. I don't think Lamine Yamal can beat Nuno Mendes for pace, and so the only way is to find that 1v1. But Portugal, they made certain not to put Nuno Mendes in those positions necessarily for example, for him to be exposed like that. But yeah, they just Portugal today were on a whole other level.
This was more of a
Yeah.
lesson for Lamine Yamal, to be honest.
Yeah,
He needs to,
no, of course.
he got, like, this is what he has to go through. It's not like you always go through a player, yeah, I'm going to skill him, blah, blah, blah. Today he was passive. Mendes was up to that, before that match, I had Balde as my best left back in the world. But when I saw, like, Nuno Mendes, like, obviously I watch him anyways, but what I saw today, that left-hand side, it was just him all alone. His pace and the way he went through Yamal and assisted Ronaldo, even though that was a bit dodgy what Ronaldo did there, but the game is the game. But the way he was going up and down, he didn't even need any help, to be honest. He didn't need no two midfielders. João Neves was helping in defense a lot as well, but he didn't need no one. That side was Mendes. I was ashamed watching him out. I'll be honest. I was so
Come
disappointed.
on, man.
Well, I mean,
Like,
at
what are
the
you
end of the
doing,
day,
man? Take him on.
yeah, well, at the end of the day, he is 17. Like, I'm not gonna, for example, like bash him for like one bad game. It happens. I mean, he has been like phenomenal throughout the entirety of the season. Against a player who has been absolutely fantastic this season. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and everything. But also crazy to think about. I looked it up, but Nuno Mendes, I think he's only 22. 22.
Yeah,
he has
dude,
so much left in his career. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
No, I'm telling you, man. This guy, Jesus, like he's definitely gonna be the best fullback in the world. If he is now, I mean, I think he already is to me. Right, the left back position, bro. He's got it on lock, man. He's got it on.
He got his revenge from last season, man. What Yamal did. So it's even at the moment. So we can't really. Let's not get ahead.
For best left backs in the world, would you guys say Nuno Mendes, Alejandro Balde, and who else? Who else can you? Alfonso Davies.
Davies for sure.
Alfonso Davies, maybe Theo Hernandez as well.
Theo, yes, Theo maybe, but Theo last season wasn't really
market's a bit.
Yeah,
that great.
Precisely.
No, 100%.
But yeah, definitely those four definitely top, definitely.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day,
maybe Guardiola, but he's more of a
Guardiola.
No.
He's yeah. But look,
the Portugal team is stacked.
Yeah.
Give it to them.
I mean, listen. At the end of the day, it was a great performance. I mean, yeah, Mohamed saying they need a left back at Real Madrid. Go to PSG. I dare you to go to PSG because right now PSG are not exactly.
They're signing Benfica's left back.
No, but I know, but I'm saying that at the end of the day, when it comes to PSG, they are not in a good place with Real Madrid. Real Madrid just told one of their players that they were linked to recently, the Franco, that Franco guy. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, because
we might see Mendes at Barcelona, man. He's only 22 years old. We might see him maybe in 4 or 5 years time or 3 years time. Who knows?
Like, you know what, man? We can only dream, man. We can really dream. And this is the thing with this, and you know what the Nuno Mendes thing is, right? The thing with Nuno Mendes is that he has been doing this for a while now. Because even in if you guys remember the PSG run, right, against Liverpool, bro, he completely locked up Salah, completely out of the game.
No.
Right? He locked up so many players, man. This guy, he's too good, man.
No, it's been a phenomenal season from Nuno Mendes, and he's definitely up there, But in regards to him coming to Barcelona, I don't think that's gonna happen. Maybe me personally, just giving my opinion, because you have Balde there, and I think Balde on his day, he's right there. There's not really much that you can separate them, and so as long as you have Balde, I don't think that you're gonna be bringing in Nuno Mendes as much as he's been fantastic this season.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah. Anyways, you said Leao cooked. I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily say he cooked, but he wasn't bad at all. I'm not even gonna front it.
He did well to be super sub. As a super sub, he did well.
100%. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
The only issue I have with gone.
No, it says because Veronica is saying unfortunately for us, some La Liga president is working to make sure the Barcelona doesn't sign players. Hey, listen, man. If we speak, we're just haters, man. Apparently, so yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. But listen, I do want to quickly start, obviously, the show. Big up to my guys here, Godfrey, Kotama, all you guys, man. Big up to every single one of you guys.
Mendes is up there, man.
Mendes 100%. But yeah, listen, I do want to quickly move into the show now because I feel like we've spent so much time talking about this, man. Omar is always coming with the mainstream tactical stick. Listen, this Van Lee guy, ever since this guy, he always comes here for doing the most, man.
Yo, he's a go. But Van Lee's the go.
Yeah, Van Lee is a go. It's a Spanish code is on fraud. Come on, man.
I don't take this Nations League seriously as well, man. I don't take it seriously, man.
Taking off Lamine, Nico, and Pedri. I mean, to be fair, bro, they were not exactly having a good
He's
game.
right. He should have put Pedri deeper and put Isco up there. Take off.
He should have played Omar. I don't know why he didn't play Omar at all.
Omar or Isco, any of them two was fine, and you get more control with Pedri.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, listen. I think we spent enough time talking about Portugal. Listen, let's get into the show. Obviously, the there's a few topics we need to get into, but I'm gonna start with this one. Okay. Let me see if I can actually pull it up because I actually want to pull this up. But yeah, listen, Elias, you and I, we've had this talk few times during these shows. It's never good to talk about, but it seems that things have really gone south now because yeah, Mark Andre Ter Stegen, he's gonna be having an imminent meeting with the Barcelona board. He's very angry with everything that is going on and has no plans of leaving the club. And he thinks the leaks are on purpose to force him out. Now, since the last 2 days, right? The news have been going crazy because there's
Yeah.
another one here. Let me see the other one here. Where is it? Where is the other one? I have more here. Yeah, there it is. Basically this is sitting here. They're saying Hansi Flick has chosen to move on from Ter Stegen due
Yeah.
to frustrations with the goalkeeper's attitude after returning from injury. Ter Stegen's agent reportedly contacted Deco to inform him that the player is fully fit and demands to be selected into matches against Inter. Right? Ter Stegen was upset that Flick didn't register him in place of Ter Stegen in the semifinals. Because of this, he didn't travel to Italy with the team, even though the other injured players like Kunde did. Although Barcelona had already been considering his future, Ter Stegen's attitude and insistence on playing after injury convinced Flip and the technical staff to stop counting on him. His demands have sparked tensions in the locker room near the end of the season. Flick felt that Ter Stegen is putting pressure on him both behind the scenes and in public, which strained their relationship. While the club won't force him out, he won't be getting any playing time unless both Joan Garcia and Chesney are unavailable. Now, I'm gonna go
That
to
was
the
a
other
lot.
as well. Yeah,
That was
that's
a
a
lot.
lot, but brother,
You muted yourself?
there we go.
Tony.
All right, there we
Yeah.
go.
There we go.
Listen, let's talk about it, okay?
Yeah.
I ask, obviously, you and I, you've had your say on Ter Stegen.
Yeah.
It's not good things. I'm gonna start with you, man. I cannot believe what I'm hearing, bro.
Well,
This is insane. Now, I need to just say this now. This is absolutely insane, right? Because he was already under pressure from the fans, not the board. The fans were already making the decisions on this guy. And now we're hearing all of these leaks coming out of the club that apparently now he was demanding to be returned straight into the team, which is something that I was fearing when he came back from injury. I was like, yo, is this guy going to come back and think that he should just start over Chesney because he's Barca's number one? Or is he going to be like, okay, well, listen, right now the team is doing well without me. I'll just take my time. You feel me, right? And walk my
Yeah.
way back into the team. And I saw, and there was a lot of videos because I could show you more. I saved a lot of these things on Twitter. You had one of him and Laporta. I'm sure you've seen it. Right?
Yeah.
This was after the Villarreal game where Laporta and Flick are talking, and and Flick doesn't look
Yeah.
happy with the way Laporta, Ter Stegen's attitude during the game and after the game was, right?
hmm
Like, this is insane. Apparently, we're hearing that apparently Ter Stegen could even perform legal action on Barcelona now if they try to force him out of the club, because apparently the club is also thinking about completely like
Yeah.
terminating up his contract, terminating his
Yeah.
contract.
Like
And
paying
he's not.
the final fee.
But dude, just tell me, man. Like, what are you thinking? What do you think about this whole situation, man?
Okay, so because I talked about this in my previous video, I think it was yesterday. But first thing I'm gonna say is never believe 100% of the things that are sent in the media. That's like the first
Yeah.
thing. You don't want to take everything at face value, but I can give this some credibility because I can see a fracture between Barcelona and Ter Stegen. Because when you think about it, Barcelona at the start, a couple weeks ago, they were never after a goalkeeper. They were not looking at Joan Garcia, even though that was a good market opportunity. We were saying, hey, Joan Garcia, fantastic opportunity. Let's see if Espanyol they do get relegated. Maybe instead of paying 25 million, you could pay 15, et cetera, et cetera. Barcelona, they were prioritizing a right back. They were looking at a left winger. Talks about potentially a striker. And it wasn't until I believe I think a week or two ago that something happened and we were caught off guard and we were thinking, whoa, what happened that Barcelona just immediately did like a 180
Yep.
and went after a goalkeeper. They just immediately went after Joan Garcia, and the reason was it was because of reports like this, but because of Ter Stegen's attitude, because he was speaking publicly, demanding to be a starter against Inter, and it's completely understandable why Hansi Flick would not want to start Ter Stegen. You've been counting on Szczesny for the entirety of the season. He has been the starter. Why would you mess things up? And it's the attitude that I think is really annoying Hansi Flick, because when you're reaching that business end of the season, you don't want distractions happening behind the scenes. And we've already seen the relationship between Hansi Flick and Ter Stegen, because Hansi Flick, he coached Germany in the past, in that World Cup, and he trusted an aging Neuer before Ter Stegen. And so it's nothing new. And we've seen Ter Stegen in the past, I believe it was 2015, 2016, go to the club with an ultimatum, say, hey, start me and, ship off Claudio Barro. That was the season in which they were interchanging.
2016.
Yeah, 2016. That was when Pep Guardiola, he went to Man City and he wanted Ter Stegen to come to the club. And, Ter Stegen was saying, hey, I have an offer from Man City. It's either I'm the starter, I'm the number one, or I leave and I head out. And so when you're looking at that report, I think, hey, it is like you can see it being true. And it does give a reasoning on why Barcelona, they made that 180. And I'm thinking, finally Barcelona have seen the light, because I've been saying this year upon year ever since like 2019. Ever since 2019, I was saying, get this guy out of my club. I do not want him here at Barcelona, even though he's shown up in certain seasons. You're thinking about that 2019 season, as well. You're looking at, I would say 22, 23 when we won the league under Xavi.
Yeah.
But he's been declining season upon season, and in those big games, he was never clutch. He would, concede stupid goals that you're just thinking, man, if a top keeper was there, he could have generally bailed us out.
Moments in the Champions Leagues.
Exactly.
Right, comebacks. Like all of these moments, when I really go back and I look at these comebacks, and I'm not pointing out the finger. And big up to my brother Northside LDN for the raid, guys. I was actually just on his channel. Congratulations to Portugal and thank you for the raid. But yeah, listen. I'm gonna say this now, man. When you now go back and you really think about the moments in the Champions League against Liverpool, against PSG, against Bayern Munich, all of these moments, right? I feel like this brother was always getting away with it. Like nobody was really pointing the finger. Everyone was pointing the finger at the attackers, the defenders, the midfielders. Ter Stegen was one of those guys who really never really took a lot of criticism. Right? There was never a lot of criticism on him. The spotlight was never on him. But when you would really go back, especially the Liverpool game, I always say this. I'm like, bro, I always remember watching the Liverpool game, and I always remember how, even in the goals, like I think only one of the goals he actually moved. All the other goals, he was just doing this.
Yeah.
This is all he does every time now, bro. This is why they call him statue, because he barely moves. He just moves his
if
hand.
Messi had a problem with you, I'm sorry. That's like a huge indication. Like, how can Messi have an issue with you? If Messi, had problems with you, that just like was like a warning sign. It's like flashing lights saying, hey, like problem right here, alert. But and you don't even have to go that far. You just think about his recent games this season. When you're thinking about his games coming back from injury at the start of the season, for example, against Monaco, his atrocious performances, even in those good seasons where he was one of the best goalkeepers in the world. You think about the tie against Man United in the Camp Nou. You're thinking about those goals that we conceded. You go to Anfield, you look at the goals that we conceded there, and it's just it's so bad that he's been here for so long, because he's wasted so many good years at this club.
No,
but that's my thought on the whole situation. Finally, Barcelona and Hansi Flick, they've decided, hey, Joan Garcia number one, Szczesny my number two.
This for me is ended any opportunity of him ever coming back as our number one next season. Like this should, because bro, the fans are not gonna want to see him, especially with all this talk, man. Because you know what I mean? Because first of all, the fans didn't want him here in the first place, right? Because a lot of them were just done with him. But now this for me confirms it all. Like this really, really confirms it. Very quickly, guys. Once again, big up to my guy Northside for the raid. Thank you so much for the raid, and make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys. And yeah, you just mentioned it before I go to Abs and NJ. Mark even says, he says Messi, PK, Suarez all verbally came out and criticized Max, right? Because he didn't even try. This is true. This is what I mean. He was never a guy who never moved. Like today, right? It's funny. Today they lost. Did you see the first goal, Mbappe's goal? Did you see Mbappe's goal? I mean, don't get it twisted. I think he was the best player for Germany in the game today. But even today's game, right? That first goal, I'm sorry, he should be doing better. He should be doing better. And it's like every game, this brother is keep making mistake every single game now, whether it's club or country. It's ridiculous. And I think we need to, and I think we really need to, focus on and just moving on. You feel me, right? But it is what it is. Oh yeah. I got you. Elias, I got you. Anyways, but yeah, big up to every single one of you guys. Portugal have now won all of the major honors except the World Cup. Man is forgetting this guy.
We're leaving with something.
Yo, you know what these Ronaldo fans are gonna do now, right? Oh, you know it, bro.
Yeah, but
Messi has got
that Nation League has no value to the debate.
We know, but bro, these guys don't care, bro. It's shamelessness, man.
They're shameless. No.
But yeah,
I respect the hustle.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I do. Okay, Abs, listen, man. Let me know what are you thinking about like this whole Ter Stegen talk, right? Like all the news has come out with him, at the club, and basically, the fact that Hansi Flick is not a big fan of him, and they're basically at war with each other right now. What do you think about this, man?
My issue with Ter Stegen is every player has common sense, right? Everybody knows when their time is up. Every player knows. I'm old now, and I realize my mistakes. I can't. Look at the shots that are on him. Those saves, any decent keeper can make. I'm telling you, Inaki Pena would make those saves, and he needs to realize that his time is done. Your time is done. They signed the goalkeeper in January. Szczesny came in, and he done much better than you in these years. Okay, Szczesny has some bozo moments as well that coming out, red cards, penalties, blah blah whatever. But you need to understand that your time is done. And now what you're doing is on the pitch you're shit. And now off the pitch, you're even causing trouble, like that tweet mentioned, Hansi Flick and Laporte looking confused in that video. And I remember when Yamal and those players were looking at Ter Stegen angry, like is this guy okay? And one of these videos as well. Your time is done, my brother. Just leave for the sake of your mental health. There's plenty of clubs. I'm sure Chelsea would sign you because you're at least better than Robert Sanchez. Or Nana.
I mean, yeah.
Try going there. Okay, maybe put some good performances in for Germany, so maybe some clubs will sign you. But bro, stop ruining something great that Barcelona is building. We're building something new now. We've got Garcia coming in. Brother, get out. Szczesny is better than you. Szczesny was chilling, smoking a cigar, and he comes in, he performs better.
No, you see what I mean? Yeah, this guy came in, bro. He smoking.
Your time is done. Piqué understood his time was done. Maybe a bit later.
He retired.
Yeah, but if you love the club, you're leaving. Him and Araujo, I don't want them wearing a Barcelona shirt ever.
Yeah, listen, we will talk about him. Don't worry, bro.
Bro, hate is a strong word. I don't hate them, but I dislike them so much that it's almost coming to hate. Just leave the club, bro. Let us build. I want to win the Champions League. I'm dying. Like, we won the league. I need this Champions League, and we can't do it with Ter Stegen causing trouble and stuff. Just leave, bro. Simple as that.
I mean, there we go.
Here,
100%. And you go. Yeah, before we start, we go to my guy Wire, man. How you doing, man?
Hey, how are you guys doing? I'm good. I just saw your link, by the way, right now.
Yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good. We just started like about 30 minutes ago, so we're good.
I'm doing good.
NJ. What are you saying about this whole Ter Stegen talk now coming out of the club?
Bro, listen, to be fair, like we either we agree or disagree, Like they're saying it's a club legend, but a lower tier. But bro,
lower tier.
His time, low tier. Yeah, he's a low tier.
You had to. Yeah, that's why I was like, yo, you had to be more specific. What do you mean, legend, man?
No.
I mean, to be fair, he's been out here for 10 years.
He's not better than Valdez or Andoni for sure. Cause I've seen Andoni play before, and I've seen Victor Valdez play. He's not better than them, bro. this guy, bro, like fair enough, like he did his service for us. He won us some titles, but he cost us some games. But it's time to go, man. Like it's time to move on. This is a new generation. You're like the last one left from that last decade team, right? So it's time to move on. It's time to give the new ones a chance to wear the jersey and write their own history. We don't need the play from the past. You've won. You've won everything you have for us. You don't need to prove anything for us. Yes, you made a lot of mistakes. It's time to move on. Like, see, here's the thing that I blame from the old regime, right?
Hmm.
They sold Claudio Bravo as well to make him the number one. They should have kept Bravo to make him humble through the years. That was the biggest mistake that the board did. To me, that's a
Wow.
reason. That's a reason why Ter Stegen became the Ter Stegen now because there's no competition for him. Like even Jasper Cillessen came like he did better than Ter Stegen at some point, but look what happened. He couldn't bench Ter Stegen because of because I'm the number one. Look what happened to him. He fell down badly because of
I'm
that.
not gonna lie, Bravo became washed in his first season with City.
Yeah.
But
So
he was doing well for us.
I
He
mean,
was
fair
doing
enough
well
though.
for
But
us
again,
for
we're talking
2
about
For
the Barca
us, he was playing only La Liga, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he was playing the Copa del Rey and the Champions League.
No, he wasn't. But at that
I
time,
think Ter Stegen was our goalkeeper in the Champions League, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
League
in the
and Copa
Champions
del
League.
Rey.
Yeah.
Players
But I
like Ter
mean,
Stegen got too comfortable. Players like
exactly.
Alba got too comfortable. Suarez got too comfortable.
Busquets get comfortable as
And
well.
at least
I'm not-
some the others have common sense and left. Do you know what I mean? He's still
Yeah.
here. He's a
Fair enough.
cancer to the club, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's time to move on, man. Like he wrote his history for us. But yeah, fair enough. Like you made a lot of horrible mistakes. But it's time to move and let the new guns take the mantle and let them write their own histories for us now.
Yeah, I agree. I think he has a toxic relationship with the fans. I think it's best for the both parties that he leaves. Actually,
Yeah.
he's been at the club for 11 years. Like NJ said, he's the last from that 2015 Champions League final. That squad, he's the last guy. I feel like the only reason he wants to stay is because he wants to secure that top spot for the World Cup next year to be
But
number
he's
one
not
for
gonna.
Germany.
But he's not gonna do it here if he stays. I
No.
can tell you that.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it. Don Garcia. Oh, he's next.
Yeah. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
He
I
can
mean,
stay,
look.
he can stay in the club if he wants, but he's not benching Garcia. That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
think I don't think he's willing to be a substitute, a second keeper,
Oh, well, too
because
bad.
apparently I don't. There was news that came out today.
Man, I'll have Inaki Pena ahead of this guy, man.
Yeah,
Nicky Pena.
Peña's
I
better.
wouldn't, bro. Just
Yeah.
don't even come to the stadium. Just stay at home, and hopefully the contract runs out if he doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
No, but at the end of the day, with this World Cup coming up, he's going to be wanting to be involved, and that's where Barcelona can have some leverage, saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
we have Ter Stegen. You're going to be our third choice keeper. Joan Garcia is going to be number one. Shez is going to be number two. It's going to be a problem for Barcelona, obviously, because of the wages, but at the same time, you can play into that. Say, hey, if you want to be involved with Germany in the States, it's best to leave. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
it's time to move on. Like, well, thanks for the service, but you have to fuck off. I'm sorry.
What
Hey.
does Nagelsmann see in him that he's starting for Germany?
Bro, let's be real. Who's? I mean, Germany don't really have good keepers right now,
Yeah.
so
No,
that's
they
why
have
he's
the
their
youngest,
goalkeeper.
though.
He's the number one by default.
His only
Yeah,
competition
yeah,
is
good one.
We
Kevin
got
Trapp.
Baumann, to be honest. That's the only
Kevin
guy.
Trapp was cold though. He was good. He was good. I mean,
Kevin Trapp is
Nah, he
old
did well
now.
though.
yeah, you're big
Against that.
from Bayern. He's
Yeah,
different.
but Urbik is
He's still young.
He's
Yeah,
got
he's still young.
Still
he,
young.
yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of time. But listen, I seriously hope this doesn't escalate too much. And listen, at the end of the day, it seems that the club are very open to like maybe just paying him out, right? Paying out his contract and making him leave, right? At the end of the day, let's be honest, man. You're right. This is the World Cup year. Right? At the end of the day, this is World Cup season, right? You're trying to get your place back into that World Cup team. You have to be smart about this. You understand what I mean? Right? You have to be smart about this, or else you don't know. At the end of the day, if he doesn't play a single minute, bro, Nagelsmann. I mean, to be fair, I say that, but Germany. I remember a few years ago when they had Neuer, right? Neuer didn't play. I remember in 2018 when they went to the World Cup. Ter Stegen, like he was playing his heart out for Barcelona, and Neuer was injured that whole season, and Neuer still started over him. Like that was
That tells you everything, bro. When old like Uncle Neuer is starting ahead of you, that tells you your time is up, man. Go somewhere else. He should go Saudi. I'm sure Saudi teams would sign him. He's not like he's an unknown guy. At least he's got some like history. You know what I mean? Saudi teams will sign the guy, bro. Just go there.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, like the Benfica or whatever, man. Like sack some Liverpool trophies. You know, might as well. Like, bro, you want
That's the thing. Which clubs could potentially? I mean, I hope people didn't say in Chelsea, but I'll be honest. Chelsea are trying to sign Manyan, and I think they've already
Yeah.
agreed the terms with.
Yeah.
I've
with
seen
Maignan.
AC Milan.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay,
if the reports
Bro,
are true.
12 million, bro.
I mean, that is a good.
Yeah.
I guess that is a good move because Allegri is now their manager, right? And
Yeah.
listen, I feel like in that league, maybe he might be able to find his place down there. You feel me? Right?
In the Serie A, they love old players, anyways, bro. Like who
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
love, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll
that's true.
definitely fit. Yeah, he'll definitely fit like a glove. Like, I
Like
don't know, man.
Sommer,
This my guy, he's calling my guy away and
My
Miles
Lewis
Lewis
Skelly.
Kelly.
Miles Kelly.
Hey, big up, man. Make sure you guys smash the legs, man.
Yeah, good enough.
Hey, listen, maybe they would. Maybe they would. Who knows, man? Who knows? Anyways, hey, listen. But listen, let's keep moving because there is a lot of other news obviously coming out of the club, right? Now, another news that's been coming out recently is this one. Now, I have a lot I need to say about this one. All right. Because I don't know if you guys know, maybe you guys don't, but let me quickly
Man.
read this. Now,
Yeah.
about Andreas Christensen is leaving the club. The club have informed him that his contract will not be renewed, right? And Hansi Flick was in favor of continuing him, but it's Deco who prefers Araujo.
Don't mention his
over
name. Don't mention his name. Don't mention his name.
Christensen.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, before I let the panel go,
Go ahead.
let me just say what I have to say, and you guys can go on a Royal Rumble. I don't care. Elias, I've done shows with you a few times on this channel. I've done shows with you. You know my feelings on this Deco guy.
Yeah.
People say that I move too fast. Oh, Omar, you're so harsh. Calm down. Why are you always so harsh on this guy? He hasn't done anything. He's renewed these guys' contracts. And I told people, listen, you guys are not watching. You guys
That's
have
true.
eyes, but you're not seeing. This is the problem. This guy is not good enough. People say, yo, last season, but Omar, that was his first season. You got to give him time. But let me tell you guys something, yeah?
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, I'm putting the glasses.
He's putting on the glasses.
This guy. Here we
Putting on the
go.
glasses.
He's
Like,
putting on the glasses.
Here we go.
You see this guy, yeah? This guy is trying so hard to destroy my club. I don't care what anyone says to me. This guy, since he's come to this club, has brought he brought in guys like Victor Roque and all of these bums, right? When we went from Almani, who was basically going around buying some of the best players in Europe for cheap. Right? We weren't spending like 200, 300 million every single season, right? This was when we were broke, and we were still able to attract players under this Almani guy. He was able to perform loan deals that was able to bring players like Cancelo to the team. And this guy, Deco, comes in, completely wants to squash everything that this brother has worked for, right? And basically make my club a South American loving club. What kind of BS is this? No, seriously, seriously, no. See, here's the issue I have with this thing, right? Christensen is perfect for Hansi Flick style. How is Christensen, who, by the way, guys, has been injured the whole season? 99.99% of the season he's been injured. This guy did not play a single minute until what? April? He played his first game in April. Am I correct?
Yeah, run there.
Yeah. I guess
He
Inter.
played his first game in April, bro. This guy played, I think, 5 games. And in those 5 games, this brother showed more in that defense than Araujo did since January, bro. And this listen, man. See, here's the issue that I have, man. I have seen Araujo enough this season, right, to understand that under the Flick system, this brother is not good enough. And I've said this times without numbers. When it comes to Barcelona this season, right, when it comes to Araujo, he's got something wrong with him. It's not even about the style anymore. I feel like this brother has It's like mentally, bro. Ever since last season's game against PSG, he has never been the same player. But for some reason, this guy wants to risk losing one of our best defenders, which Christensen is. When Christensen is fit, is one of our best defenders. I said this since he was injured. I was telling people, remember this, I told you this, Elias, because you and I have been doing shows for months. You know I've told you, when he is fit, he never does a foot wrong. Never.
Yeah.
Never. I've never watched a game of Christensen since he's been at Barcelona since 2022 where I can say, yo, Christensen was the worst defender on the pitch today. Never. This brother gives you standard 7 out of 10 every single game. Look at when he came back from injury, still 7 out of 10. Look at the game in the El Clasico, bro. Look at how he was pocketing these guys.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Honestly, man, I'm getting to a point where I'm worried. The reason for me, I've been very critical of Deco, and people are like, oh, Omar, you're always talking about, bro. It's because I see what this brother is doing. You don't see. Look at the players we're being linked to. We're being linked to Rashford, to Martinelli.
Luis Diaz, 75 million.
85 million for Luis Diaz. When you
That's
got
crazy.
Nico Williams, who's going on a cheap, right? Who's cheaper right now, and a player that actually wants to leave, right? But you're willing to spend 85 million on a player like Luis Diaz. And
Bro,
plan B
you got
is Marcus
Lookman for
Rashford.
30 million. Lookman for
Marcus-
30 million available.
Marcus Rashford,
5 million.
who hasn't
30
been good for
million.
two seasons. You've got players like Lookman who are killing it. We had chance to sign players like Jonathan David who are on a free right now, but we're gonna sit here and try to sign Martinelli and Rashford, bro.
Oh
I-
my God, Martinelli! Don't mention his name, bro.
No. That's
Do
not
you
happening.
guys
That's not
understand
happening.
why
That's
I'm?
not happening.
Do you
That's
guys see
crazy.
now why I'm worried?
Oh my
Do you guys
God.
see
No, that's
now?
not happening.
Okay,
I
well,
saw the
listen,
report with Martinelli. I got angry, bro, when I saw that report.
bro. Let me tell you this right now, okay? You know what? I've said enough.
Calma.
Elias, the rest of the panel. You guys continue. I'm just gonna be losing my head.
Well, first, I am praying. I'm praying to every god out there that this report isn't true, because that would seriously beg some questions about.
Bro, it's not.
Deco's,
But you know
like,
what it is.
his
You
confidence.
know me. I'm a guy that doesn't just run into conclusions. So many news outlets
Yeah.
are all saying the same thing. That's when I was like, oh my god,
No.
this is actually true.
No, the only reason why I'd be even contemplating this is if like a huge offer arrives from Christensen. You're looking at 50, 60 million euros for Christensen, and I'm thinking, okay, he came on a free. You have 50, 60 million euros. You can then sell him. But the thing is, for having Araujo above Christensen, who's right now, I think it's something mental. I think that game against PSG last season, I think that just mentally destroyed him because we have not seen him return to those levels that he showed under Xavi, for example, at his early stint and everything. Even with Uruguay, I don't know if you guys have seen his mistake.
Bro,
leading
did you
to-
see? Did you see?
last
Against-
night,
I
yeah.
saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
No, no,
crazy.
yeah,
penalty.
Exactly. Like he gave away a penalty, and it wasn't like, for example, a penalty that was, your 1v1. No, it was you fumbling over the ball. Just I don't know who the right back was, but he gave him a simple pass. He fumbled over the ball, and you just made a stupid mistake, a fundamental mistake that you're thinking, hey, kids in these high school teams and in these academy teams, they're taught not to make those mistakes and everything. And so I think that's like a mental, gap or just like a mental block that just is preventing him to get back into that level. And so when Araujo is in that state, I am not counting on him to be, my second or third choice center back. I still think that he should be, in Barcelona unless a big offer arrives. Because when you look out into the market, which center back can we realistically get that can offer sort of a similar level to Araujo that wouldn't, break the bank, for example? Because of course,
Poison, bro.
Nah, I mean, but like, Hoyson's going to Madrid. That's the thing.
I know, but yeah, now, but back then, yeah.
Yeah, I want
so-
the Hoyson as
so-
well. I wanted the
So
Hoyson as well, bro.
that is fine. See, I'm not even against the move of keeping Araujo. That's not the problem. It's the fact that we are trying to get rid of Christensen, who can fit Hansi Flick's system.
I think it would be a massive mistake to get rid of Christensen because you mentioned
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He recently has come back from injury and he has looked so comfortable in that role playing under that system. And I think, hey, Inigo Martinez, he's been fantastic this season, but he's going to, go periods through spell where he needs some rest. Put Christensen in. There are going to be rotations. There are going to be suspensions. Those things are going to happen, and you need depth in the center back spot, and so that's why you want to keep Christensen. I wouldn't touch any of the center backs. I would say, hey, let's focus on what we have, and if a huge offer arrives, then we debate. And so that's why I don't want to take that report 100% seriously because if that is true, that's it raises huge question mark about Deco, and I just it raises alarms, and I just don't want to be thinking a world where Araujo is our third choice center back and we're selling Christensen for nothing.
Araujo should
This
be
would
gone
be so-
anyways. Araujo
Yeah,
should
go.
be gone anyways from the get-go, in my opinion. Especially if you're playing a high line, you can't have low IQ individuals trying to play a high line. Look at Kubarsi, look at Inigo Martinez. Look at when Christensen came back and he played the high line perfectly. Like he's never even played the high line. He came back and he done
Even
it
Eric
perfectly.
Garcia as well. My bad,
Exactly.
my bad. Even Eric
It's
Garcia.
all right.
Who would be
You
the
can't
replacement
have
for
no
Araujo then?
Look, I'm not against getting rid of Araujo, but the only time I'll play Araujo is when we're defending a lead. 10 minutes left, 5
That's-
minutes left, whatever.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'll sub
Yeah.
the guy in. Just
Yeah.
play a nasty low block or park the bus and put Araujo in. But if you're playing against Inter Milan or PSG, Inter Milan game, yeah. I need to control my emotions.
Bro, let me tell you guys, Abs, let me tell you something, bro. Do you know how much of a fool I looked, bro, after that game? Because I was one of the few people that was saying, play Araujo in the game against Inter.
Yeah.
Because at the
Omar,
end-
you said start Araujo. You said start him.
He lost.
You said start him.
How can you have
I don't-
faith in him since
Because I
last
thought
year
in this game they're playing Thuram and what's his name, Lautaro, who are physical
What's this?
strikers. We need physicality in the defense, and this brother was getting bullied, bro. I flipping Thuram, man.
Now compare Pacho and Marquinhos to Araujo. Look how Pacho dealt with and Marquinhos dealt with the two. Because they have IQ. This guy he's a low IQ individual, like the Garnachos, like the Martinellis. Low IQ players, bro. You can't have this. Just play him 5-10 minutes left, slap him on when we're defending the lead.
Okay.
That's
I feel
it.
like
That's all
Araujo
you
is
need.
the best. He can be our best defender when we, like you said, lead defending a lead. You guys saw against Dortmund that first leg when we won 4-0.
Yeah.
He was the main reason we actually kept a clean sheet that game.
He needs
Against Real Madrid-
confidence. He needs
Yeah.
confidence. He needs confidence because right now
feel like
he's
there's a
so
player that-
low on confidence, man. Just you're just looking at the way he plays. Every single time he's out there on the pitch, you're seeing criticism come back from just simple mistakes. And I think he needs a period first away from from football. This summer can be that period where he just away, because on his day he could be one of he could be a great center back. He could be a great center back in certain occasions and everything. But when he's playing like this, he's just a liability to the team.
That is
Yeah.
the problem, man. And it hurts me because I don't even hate Araujo. I actually was a big fan, and a part of me
Same,
still
same.
believes in Araujo. See, this is the thing. The reason why I am so critical of Araujo is because I gave this brother so many opportunities as a fan. You feel me, right? Where I was like, listen, people were like, oh, Araujo after the PSG game were just criticizing him. I was like, bro, just give him time. I feel like it was just one mistake. He will learn from it, become mentally stronger when he comes back from injury, right? He's had a lot of time. He'll come back and he'll be much better, right? But from the minute he came back, all of the noise that was coming out from the club, right, with him and his, him potentially leaving, him coming back, he took time to be getting used to the style of play, right? I was like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I feel like it's a mental thing with him. But in any case, I just think that when it comes to Araujo, right, he needs to calm down and keep his head down. You understand what I mean, right? That's what he needs for himself, man. He just needs to keep his head down and just try to focus on playing football, right? And he needs to also learn to play the flick style, because I think that a player like Araujo is important in this team. Don't get it twisted, because
Yeah,
we don't have a
yes.
physical defender like Araujo in this team.
Mhm.
We don't have one. Kubashi is not that physical as a defender. You understand what I mean, right? And neither is Inigo, neither is Christensen. So it's good to have a physical striker who can deal with it's good to have a physical defender who can deal with physical strikers. When we're playing Atletico and they're slapping on Alexander Soloth, I want to see Araujo put on Soloth in that game. You understand what I mean, right? That's what we want to see. But yeah, I mean, listen, it is what it is. Listen, guys, smash the like button, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys. We have over 140 people in here, man. Big up to every single one of you guys. Let's get to 50 likes, man, and make sure you guys subscribe to all these guys' channels, man. But yeah,
So
listen.
yeah,
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So with Araujo, right? Who let me know the goalkeeper from Liverpool when they lost the Champions League, Loris Karius. He's like that right now. He's going through that phase right now, Araujo, where he made the biggest mistake and potentially he could never recover from it because of that. That's the thing I'm worried about Araujo. Like he can't still move on from that PSG loss from.
Yeah, that mentally is just.
I think this upcoming season is going to be huge for him on whether he's going to have a career for Barcelona, because we have to think he was coming back from a huge injury last summer in the Copa America, that hamstring injury, and you're coming into a team that is flying. You have Inigo Martinez and Pau Garcia just untouchable. I think a season of just a break, no international tournaments, Barcelona not involved in the Club World Cup. This is going to be a good moment for him just to reset and everything, and start over. Start over, go again, reset next season, have a preseason under Hansi Flick, work behind the scenes, and hopefully we are able to see an Araujo much better, an Araujo that we know the level that he can provide.
I hope so, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just one thing with Araujo, the magnitude of his mistakes, right? It cost us 2 Champions Leagues back to back. Listen, last season we beat PSG. That PSG was done and dusted until Araujo came, spoiled everything. We would have faced Dortmund in the semi-finals, and in my opinion, would have beat them. With Real Madrid, Real Madrid, the only team Real Madrid faces is Barcelona.
They were so poor in that final, man. I would have fancied our chances to. And they were so poor in that final against Dortmund. I am like, bro, if that was us, we would have absolutely destroyed them.
2 easy runs to the Champions League final, 2 easy runs back to back. Imagine this season now, we face Dortmund, Benfica, Inter Milan. I believe we are a much better team than Inter Milan, anyways. In general, I think the only thing that cost us, I don't. You guys never watch my videos, anyways. But I said, it's ours to lose. It will be ours to lose, and individual mistakes that will cost us against Inter Milan. We would have beat Inter Milan. We would have went to PSG. In my opinion, we would have beat PSG in that final. I'll be honest to you guys. We would have beat them. That's 2 Champions Leagues back to back, and guess who the culprit is? It's Araujo, bro. Straight up, I only blame Araujo.
Wait, what were you saying? You were saying something?
Yeah, given the fact that we had no Alejandro Balde as well, we missed him that game, man.
And Kunde, right?
We didn't have our starting fullbacks. We didn't have Lewandowski. We didn't have Marc Casado, Marc Bernal.
We went blow for blow with them as well. We scored 6 goals against arguably the best defense in Europe. 6 goals. And the only individual mistakes, and we got robbed as well. Gerard Martin got actually fouled, in my opinion.
I mean, but I feel like I can't put it all on them, because here's the thing. Bro, we were 90 seconds from a flipping final. Why are we moving? Why are we attacking with 90?
That's what pisses me off every single. That's what pisses me off. How can you not mock Acerbi, a 40-year-old guy? Yeah, he looks like he's on crack.
Bro, forget about all of that, bro. How are we in 93rd minute? 93rd minute. Where's
only 2 minutes, man.
We're in the 90. We got 90 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Why is our defense so high when we've got a 3-2 lead, bro?
Exactly, that's true as well.
That's inexperience.
Look, the defense is high. I agree, but why are you not getting in front of Acerbi? This is the basics of defending, right? La Masia's kid will tell you how to defend. You have to get in front of the guy to stop him from taking a shot. Why are you behind a 37-year-old?
I mean,
magnitude, it's momentum. Even a 50-year-old retired guy in that moment.
But you know what? The only excuse I can use. The only excuse I can use is that we had a young team, and I feel like the naivety of the youth is what cost us in that game. If we had an experienced head in the back, he would have told the players. I don't think people were blaming Flick. I don't blame Flick. I think if we had an experienced players on the pitch, should have been the ones to say, "Listen, We got 90 seconds to go. We're not attacking anymore. No more
Yeah.
attacking. Zero attacking. Sit back.
Just hold the ball.
Crowd
Just
the
hold the ball.
defense. Crowd the defense.
Bro,
hold the ball
bro,
to the corner
Araujo
and
is-
just sit there.
26 years old, bro. You're telling me he doesn't have experience, Araujo?
Because look at what Inter Milan did when they scored the.
Well,
the fourth.
I mean, it was his first semifinal game. You know, in the
But still,
Champions
man,
League.
it was the same thing.
Yeah, but you should
Quarterfinals,
learn from
same
the
thing.
PSG
No,
tie
no,
that
no.
cost us last season.
No, but I'm saying like Omar is right here. Like this squad is extremely young, and even though you say Araujo is 26, he doesn't have the experience of these sort of games. You know, like the
was
squad in general
literally-
doesn't have it.
I'll
You know,
be
I would
honest,
say
I
only
don't
what
even-
Ter Stegen,
don't-
Lewandowski, and who else?
Daniel Olmo.
Chesney.
And Daniel
I
Olmo
don't
just-
blame the magnitude of the game. I blame the basics of defending. That a defender
No, you're
should
right there.
get across the player because you're behind the player. He's in front of you, and you can see the danger. Martin loses the ball. Dumfries gets the ball. You know a ball is coming right into the box. Why are you not there trying to block it?
Yeah,
Get in front of the man.
he
and
had
block
so
it.
much freedom, man.
Basic
I'm
of
not gonna lie,
defending.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
But
he
yeah,
didn't press enough.
Wait,
And
wait,
also
wait, hold on, Abs.
the winner, he's allowing Thuram to do this. Bro, you have to get onto him, man mark him at the edge of the box. If you have to foul him, technical foul, do it. You
Yeah,
allowed him to go
100%.
fast. Simple
Yeah.
now. He's in there. You know Thuram is technical. You know he can take you on. Bro,
Nice.
just foul him, bro.
Yeah. I
Simple.
hear you. But Wayne, you've been wanting to have a say. What did you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like you mentioned, this is an experienced team. I feel like this game against Inter is gonna be very much important for the next season because let's face it, this group of players they needed some games like this in order to learn from it. So next year, when they are in a situation like this, they're gonna probably defend better, in my opinion. So I feel like this was a blessing in a disguise, in my opinion.
Yeah. Same time. Yeah. When you look at it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it just sucks that just the way we like
Yeah, I
get
agree.
kicked out. That's the only thing that was better. But overall, when you look at the season itself, it was a really good season for the first time going to semifinals for like almost 10 years. Yeah. Then no, but yeah. You know what? Like this summer, like everybody needs to like step up their game more. You know, like understand that this upcoming season is different now. Like the standard's gonna be different next season for all of you guys.
I agree. We won't have this two lucky Champions Leagues run again, and now we have to expect. more
That's the thing, isn't it? If you really think
two
about it,
Champions
right?
League lucky runs we had. We don't know how long they'll run the luck. So we
Exactly,
might
yeah.
have a PSG run like they did, and we have to just smoke everybody. Like that. Like from the first minute of the Inter Milan tie, my heart was about to. Like I was about to have a heart attack, bro. I'll be honest, I was this close of having a heart attack, bro, in that game.
Bro, can't lie. I was
Now
kinda-
imagine, let's say from round of 16 we have to face like who knows Arsenal, and then the semi-finals we have to face Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, who knows. And then
Listen,
the
I'm not
final-
gonna lie. If you wanna win the Champions League,
bro.
you gotta be able to have a team good
Yeah.
enough to beat the best, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
That makes
You
it
feel me,
better.
right?
in my opinion.
It's not always about the luck of the draw. If you look at PSG, PSG didn't have the luck of the draw. They had to go through Liverpool, they had to go to Villa, they had to go to Arsenal, they had to go through all of the teams to win. And that's what we have to do. We
Yeah.
have to have a good team, good enough to be able to beat a Liverpool, to be able to beat an Arsenal, to be able to
An
beat.
Inter, a
And
Bayern,
this is the
a
thing.
Madrid.
We are not far off. This is not like few
we're
seasons
not,
ago,
we're not.
3 seasons ago, where you could say, City are there, Madrid are better, this team are better, that team is better. We actually are building a team now where I feel like if we fix the holes that need to be fixed,
Yeah.
we can go toe to toe with everybody.
Yeah.
You feel me, right?
Sure.
And have a real
100%.
shot of winning. But we need to make sure we fix the issues in the team. And you've already dealt with one of the problems, which is the goalkeeper. Because we needed a goalkeeper for a while, right? That's a good one, right? Let's see what Joan Garcia brings in the games in Europe, right? In the crunch games against Europe. Can he save us? You understand what I mean, right? In games where we're not having our way, right? Let's get some fullbacks. And speaking of fullbacks, right? I do want to quickly segue. I mean, Elias, did you have something you wanted to say before I move on?
No, I did. I think you guys all touch up on the points that I was going to mention now.
Okay, so listen, let's talk about it. Speaking of fullbacks, now, apparently the club, you guys can see, we are looking at potentially bringing in Alex Grimaldo, right? However, the club is basically open to selling Gerard Martin if a significant offer arrives. And if he leaves, the idea is to sign a left back, and Alejandro Grimaldo is the prominent candidate. Now,
I like that. I like that.
Now, I
But
don't.
question though,
Now
question
I
though.
don't.
Can I ask a question before you go to your question though?
Go ahead.
Be honest. Would you guys blame him, Grimaldo, if he goes to Madrid? Because again, he has a short career left. Like would you blame him getting linked with Madrid? Would you do
I
the same
mean,
thing? Would you do
No.
the
I
same thing if you're
mean,
the player? Would
I
you
mean.
do the
Listen,
same
I feel
thing?
like some Barca fans will not be happy.
I mean, come on,
Hey,
yeah,
it
makes
is,
sense.
it is what it is. At the end of the day, the club let go of him early. You feel me, right?
Exactly,
We
yeah,
never give him we didn't really give
exactly,
him an opportunity to
yeah.
shine at the club. You feel me?
You can't really blame
So
him at all. Because
yeah,
he's
but
what, he has 4 years left of his contract, right? So
yeah,
I mean, in his career, so might as well go for the biggest club, whatever to offer. You
but I'll
can't.
say this. But I'll
Go
say
ahead,
this,
go ahead.
right? Yeah. Listen, my honest opinion on this before I let you guys go, right? Grimaldo is a player who I've been a big fan of since he was at Benfica,
Yes,
right?
yes.
He's I like his attacking play. Defensively, I think he can do better defensively.
It's
I
okay.
don't think he's a
It's
terrible
okay.
defender. I think he's
Yeah.
known more for what he does going forward than what he
Mm-hmm.
does defensively. You understand what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But I've always wanted this kid, and I remember when he was going out on a free, I couldn't believe we didn't go in for him when his contract was running out before he went to Leverkusen. You
He's
understand
from
what I
he's
mean,
from
right?
La Masia, right?
Yeah, he's a La
Yeah,
Masia
yeah,
graduate. He's one of our own. You
yeah.
understand what I mean, right?
Same
And
budget as Daniel Olmo, I think.
yes,
Yeah.
and we had an opportunity. We could have brought him in. You understand what I mean, right? We had an opportunity to bring this guy in, but we didn't take it. You understand what I mean?
Oh yeah, before he left
And
to Leverkusen, you mean?
no,
Yeah.
he went to Benfica. Yeah, before he went to
Benfica,
Leverkusen.
then Leverkusen.
Oh,
Yeah, so before he went to Leverkusen, he was on a free. I think that we should have, because you remember, I think we signed him in 2023, right? Now, if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
in 2023, we were actually looking for fullbacks. That's why we brought in
Yes.
Jacques Cancelo
Left-
on loan.
we were linked
I
to
don't
Gaia.
exactly Jose Guy and all these guys. I'm like, I don't know why no one in the club like consider. Wait a minute, Grimaldo is going out is on a free right now. Why are we not trying to just pre-contract and just sign him? We know he would have jumped at the move. Let's be real.
100%.
There was an easy bro. He would have jumped at the move to return back to Barca, right?
100%. Yeah.
But listen, obviously they're talking about Gerard Martin now. There's no coincidence. Like I think Elias, you and I, we both agree when it comes to Gerard Martin. I'm sorry, he is not Barca quality. He's not. We saw
We
him.
should allow him. We should let him.
No,
okay.
no, bro.
You guys have been, I think you guys have been harsh on him, man.
I look.
It's his first
I mean,
season.
he's okay as a
Like-
player, but
It's his first season. He's being put into this like against bloody Inter Milan. Like he needs to deliver.
No.
And he can actually deliver.
No, but you know what it is.
Like,
No, see,
you
here's
guys
the
give him a
issue.
chance, man.
No, see, here's the issue
We've
that I
seen
have.
this. He's got a quality. He's got some quality there, but he still needs to improve. But like,
Yeah. he's
I think
decent. He's
like,
decent.
he's
He's decent
good-
to play
good
for us.
backup,
But
man. He's a
No, but bro, I'm looking for top defenders, man. Yes.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, like when you look at the history of Barca against the left back.
Anyway,
so it's
Yeah,
really good.
before I go, because I just have to leave for a
Nah,
second.
that's
But
my guy, man.
but yeah,
Gerard Martin.
just quickly, right? I want to ask your opinions, right, when it comes to this move. Are you guys all in agreement, or what do you guys think of bringing Grimaldo? Would you rather keep Martin? Because for me, I'm a very honest man. I would get rid of Martin because I don't think he's good enough for where we need to go to, where we
Okay.
are trying to strive to. Right, we need to get new fullbacks who can actually fit the flick system. You understand what I mean, right? And I think
Yeah.
Alejandro Grimaldo will actually fit flick system because flick
Yeah.
needs those bumming fullbacks. At Bayern,
Yeah.
that's what he had. In Barcelona, bro, he has that in Balde who can do a little bit of it. Kunde can't do that. You understand what I mean, right? Kunde is more of a defensive work. He tries to go forward, but you can see, bro, his crossing is not good. His shooting is
Yeah.
not good. I know people are going to say, oh, but he scored against
He's
Madrid.
got good.
Dude, that was.
runs,
Listen,
though.
man.
He's got good overlapping and underlapping runs.
He
Kunde.
does the overlapping, but
Unlike
He
overlap.
does a
If you
lot.
go forward, I need you to be able to cross the ball because that's
Yeah.
why we want you to go forward. You understand what I mean,
Yeah.
right? But listen, man, you guys let me know what you guys are saying. Elias, what do you think about this move? Do you think Barcelona should go for this move, or are you just like, should we look at other positions?
No, in regards to Grimaldo, I think it's a fantastic market opportunity. If Barcelona do have the option to go for Grimaldo, I think the price tag was around 15 million or so. I think it'd be a fantastic addition if Gerard Martin does leave, because Gerard Martin, as much as we can say he's in Balde, he has his limitations. In these past couple of games towards the end of the season, he was showing some
Yeah.
improved performances. And one of the biggest issues that we have with Gerard Martin is that he isn't Balde. He isn't the profile that we do need. He isn't going to be that fullback that is going up, that is just going to be stretching the defense in that aspect and everything. But he's a solid option to have in the squad. He could be a valuable squad player. And I think if you are going to keep Gerard Martin when Balde is not there, you are going to need a left winger. You are going to need a left winger because that left winger is going to be the player that is going to be adding that offensive output. And because Gerard Martin, when we look at him, you think about him and you think, hey, this is like a defensive fullback. This is a guy who can put in a fantastic cross, let's say. He's a different profile, and a different profile is not necessarily bad. And so when you look at this rumor, you're thinking, what offers are going to be coming in for Gerard Martin? If the offers are 10 million, I think that's a little bit too cheap. I think if you're going to be selling him, I think it's upward of 20 million.
12 million.
I personally would want over 20. I'm looking at the players that are going in the Premier League.
They're not paying 20, bro.
I don't think that's possible, though.
I mean, then you keep him. There's no reason to sell Gerard Martin for 10 million or something like that. I think when you look at the quality of players that are being sold in the Premier League, 14, that's a little bit more reasonable. That's a little bit more reasonable and everything.
There you go. 14.
That's a little bit more reasonable. But it's simple. What offers are coming in for Gerard Martin? Hansi Flick, he trusts in him.
That's the thing, though. Yeah.
If crazy offers arrive, then you have Grimaldo right there. As a good market opportunity, he'd be the perfect backup for Alejandro Balde. But something that we have to talk about is, would he be fine with a bench role, a substitute role necessarily? Because Balde is going to be the starter. It's clear as that.
I think he will be okay with it. Look at it again, right? Like in Spain, he's a backup anyway. So, and plus, the best thing about Grimaldo is that he can play left wing and left back if you need him to play each side of the left side. So no matter what, he will play no matter what.
I feel like he played back four with Benfica as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. So overall, like with Grimaldo, he's gonna play no matter what during the game. So he should be all right with it. Okay. Go ahead.
No, but that's an interesting conversation because like you guys talk about that squad role, and do you guys really think it's that simple? Because he was a regular starter at Bayer Leverkusen. He was involved in their league win. He was playing regularly. Once you get a sensation of a continuity of games, I don't know if you'd be comfortable to just say, hey, you know what, I'm comfortable on the bench. I think that's the limitation for this move to happen.
I understand. I don't think he's.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
I don't think he's the kind of player to accept being a backup in a club level, at least, because let's face it, this guy has been phenomenal for Bayer Leverkusen. He won them a Bundesliga. This is a big player, so I feel like the only reason he can go to a club is to be a guaranteed starter. So, like, I agree with Elias on that.
Yeah,
exactly. Fair enough. What you guys said that, but again, when you look at it, with Grimaldo, he's 29. Like he knows that if he wants to play for a big club one more time, like one more big club, he can't really be picky when it comes to like roles. Because again, at the end of the day, no matter what, he will play no matter what. Because again, Grimaldo's smart. He knows that if it's truly needed during the game, he will show up, just like what he did in Leverkusen, in Benfica, in Spain when he was needed. He will play proper football. And again, it's also good because again, when you have Grimaldo and Balde, they will compete and show like, I'm better for this game. No, I'm better for this game, right? So overall, and let's say if Balde started as left back, you can bring Grimaldo as a left wing to then give Rafinha the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a possible lineup if he starts Grimaldo as a left back and then Balde as a left wing. I don't think that's gonna happen, but. In some games, it can happen.
What would you guys rate Barcelona's transfer window if we sign Joan Garcia, we sign Grimaldo, and we sign a left winger? Because I think you signed three players. Okay. Let's throw Nico Williams, for example, or if not, Lookman or Marcus Rashford. I think you filling those three positions. I think you have a 9, 10 out of 10 summer because you fill basically the necessities of the squad.
Yeah, so
I
I would
agree.
say 8.8, but if you can get one more player, like 4 point, just a sneaky fourth, I would say 10.
Yeah.
Well, for
I'm
what position, NJ?
yeah.
Bro, we need to buy a striker, bro. I'm sorry, but you have to buy a
I was
striker.
Well,
about to say that as well.
I mean, but like
But
that's not
I know,
realistic.
yeah, that's not
I,
Like,
I,
realistic.
I know that I'm not buying. I'm not saying buy like an 80 million striker. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying buy someone like the same age, just like well, like Fermin, and knowing that there's actually like potential he can start be a starter next season. Invest now before he goes big, right?
If
So
Jonathan David is free, so if
yeah,
no,
Barca
no,
so
but
somehow
no, but he's asking like crazy wages.
I
he's
mean,
asking for a lot.
I mean, fair enough. Come on, he's free, bro. He knows that they
I
have
mean,
money anyway. You have
he
money,
plays for
so
Lille, so I don't think he
No.
is on crazy wages, is he?
yeah,
No, no, but the thing is, you have Pau Victor, you have Ferran Torres, which is going to be the substitute for,
Yeah.
um, you know,
yeah, that's true.
Robert Lewandowski. You have Robert Lewandowski as well, who was the best striker in Europe
Yeah,
this season. Scoring a crazy amount of goals and everything.
yeah.
And so I obviously you'd want to sign a striker. You want to have, you'd want to have someone to replace Robert Lewandowski. But the thing is, who are you going to sign necessarily? I don't think that there's a market out there that you can say, hey, let's go after this player right here, because the finances aren't there. I think the
Yeah.
I
priority
know.
is
Fair enough.
is a left winger, whether that be a Lookman, a Marcus Rashford, a Nico Williams, for example.
Yes.
And with
Omar. Oh my gosh.
with the addition of a Joan Garcia, and with the addition of a Grimaldo potentially a fullback, I think that's a fantastic summer. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we're all
100%.
set.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah, I
agree.
would agree. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
would agree.
listen, I'll be honest, right? I think we've started well by bringing in the Joan Garcia deal, completing it. It's almost complete. Apparently, this week is when we'll complete the deal, right? I'm
Yeah,
happy about that, right? And I'm happy that
100%.
we're looking at the left winger because that's what we need, right? There's a lot of players that we could go in for. Even the Luis Diaz thing, I'm not even against the move at all, right? Which is actually
The
funny
price
because that's
tag.
what, yes, that's
The
the thing,
price
right?
tag,
No,
that's the problem.
now, this is the thing. I'm glad to see that Barcelona are being defensive and they're saying, "Listen, we're not going to let him go. I'm sorry, we're not going anything above 60, right? Because that
Yeah,
would be
fair
stupid,
enough.
right? So you
Fair
guys are
enough.
seeing here, apparently, if Luis Diaz leaves Liverpool, it will only be to Barcelona. The player has completely rejected the idea of playing in Saudi. He and his father have always followed Barcelona and wish to play there someday. Now, we know Liverpool themselves are actually playing hardball. You understand what I mean, right? They are saying they will not sell for anything above below 80. You understand what I mean, right? That's what
All
they're
right, fair
saying.
enough.
So they're saying anything below 80, and Barcelona is just saying, listen, we are not going to pay for anything above 60. And that's what
All
I
right,
think at
fair.
this point, right? I think that, when it comes down to it, Barcelona have to be tough. Because here's the thing, let's be clear here, right? We are not desperate. And this is
Yeah,
what I need to reiterate. We are not desperate to sign a left winger. We do want one, but we don't technically need one to start.
yeah.
You understand what I mean,
Yeah,
right?
That's the
Because
just
thing,
a
though.
let's
Yeah,
backup.
be real, right? Let's be real. Rafinha has done a great job in that position.
mm-hmm.
He's done a great job. So, which means that we can go out and we can go and buy a left winger like, I don't know, a Lookman, right?
Yeah.
We don't
30
know how
mil.
good a Lookman can do in a Barcelona on the flick. We don't know. The guy could come in and absolutely cook out of
Yeah.
nowhere, right? Nico Williams. People are gonna be like, oh, but Omar, did you see Nico Williams today, bro? I've said this before. I'll say it again. Nico Williams as a left wing, as a winger, right? All we've seen from him is what he does for Spain and what he does for Athletic Bilbao. The reason for me, I would give him, I would take the opportunity to bring him in, is because when I have seen him play for that club, Athletic Bilbao, yes, he doesn't really play well there, but brother, it's Bilbao. Like no one expects you to be world class because
Yeah, the only
he's
player
a
they have
young,
is Sanchez. That's it.
yes, he's a young player, right? And he's not necessarily awful, right? He's just a player that is,
Nice.
he's a little bit inconsistent for them. But every time I've seen Nico Williams put on a Spanish shirt and play with the players that the Spanish national team have, he always balls out.
Yeah.
You understand what I
Absolutely.
mean, right? He always shows his level. So what that tells me is, what happens when you put good players around Nico Williams?
You
Because
unlocked
maybe that's
him.
the problem.
delivered.
Maybe he doesn't have a lot of good players around him, and that's why he didn't
Specifically Barca players.
Yeah.
Specifically, you have your Dani
Fermin,
Olmos,
Pedri,
you have
Olmo,
Ferran, your Fermin, your Olmos, your Lamine
Yamal,
Yamal, your
Bal
Kouarsis,
potentially Balde and Kubarsi. Eric Garcia.
exactly.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I think
Strangely
for
enough, he has a good relationship with Pedri as well. He gave him
Yeah.
assist in that game against
Yeah.
France.
Oh,
And
that's
tonight,
sick.
I don't know if you
That's
guys
sick.
watched him. He gave him a good cutback pass, which Pedri missed. But he has a good connection with Pedri.
Yeah.
See, he has a good connection with the Barca players. You see him every time he scores. Him and Yamal are always celebrating. These guys are
Yeah,
close
yeah.
friends. You feel
Yeah.
me, right? And you
Yeah,
can tell,
but
man, he's got great chemistry. This is why, for me, I'm like, bro, this makes perfect sense. He's already shown us that he can play alongside some of the Barca players, the key Barca players,
yeah,
Absolutely.
right?
we just have to pay up.
And-
We just have to pay up.
And this is the thing also. The one factor we have is Hansi Flick.
Exactly.
Hansi Flick was able to turn Rafinha from a 10 goal a season left winger to
To
a
a 15.
50 goal a season.
Yeah.
What could he potentially do with a Nico Williams? We've seen what he can do
Bro.
with Nabry. We've seen what he's done with Kingsley Coman. We've seen what he's done with Rafinha. We've seen what he's done with Yamal. What do
Yeah.
you think he could do with a pacey winger who can cut inside and
Yeah.
and smash it with his right foot?
Bro,
What
imagine,
could he
bro.
do with a player like him, bro?
He's gonna
Bro,
make him
Nico-
score 20 goals, bro.
Yeah, bro, imagine, bro, like Nico Williams, then you have Balde or Grimaldo behind you. Bro, easy life for Nico Williams to the left, bro. Easy
Yeah.
life for him.
The thing is, Hansi Flick likes his left winger to be inside as well. Like
Yeah,
Sergio Gnabry,
direct.
he wasn't always wide. He comes inside, and that's why they used to always get a lot of goals and assists. So
Yeah.
I feel like even Rashford could be lethal under
Oh, yeah,
Hansi
for
Flick.
sure. Yeah, 100%.
So,
Under.
Yeah, 100%. I think
Pay up.
I think
Yeah,
I
just
mean-
pay like 50, bro. Get him for 50, bro. That should be enough.
so.
for
What?
them.
Yeah, so what do you say about this move, right? So you've seen that Luis Diaz obviously wants to come. Barcelona
Yeah.
clearly he's our number one target. However, Liverpool are playing hard to get, right? Like, where do you stand? I mean, I don't know what you want, but what do you think? Do you think that Barcelona should be looking at other avenues, right? Like a Lookman or like a Nico Williams, or who knows? Maybe you're a Rashford or Martinelli guy. I don't know.
well, Martinelli guy, bro. Martinelli in big 2025. That's crazy. But the thing is, Luis Diaz, I think he'd be a fantastic addition to this Barca team. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
I think he'd be a good player on their Hansi Flick system. I think you'd be able to see him, improve his stats and his numbers. But obviously, the big thing is the price tag. If you're
Yeah.
talking about half of that, then I say let's make this deal happen. But since Liverpool, they're asking 80 million. That's where I say no. He's not worth that. That's just simply above Barcelona's pay grade, and that's when you go towards Nico Williams. And Nico Williams is already comfortable with the Barca players. You've seen how he combines with them. He is familiar with La Liga. He has a reasonable release clause. Only problem would be the wages necessarily, and so
He would
Luis-
lower it for sure. I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
would lower it.
Nico Williams would be my number one target. I know last summer it wasn't brilliant, but Barcelona they can't be focused on that on the emotions and
Yeah,
listening
exactly.
to
Like,
the
no pressure, bro. Like,
rejection.
bro, come on,
Uh-huh.
bro. If you were the player, come on, bro. If you were playing for your home and knowing that the finals going to be in your hometown, would you not stay at this one more just to try to win at least?
You kind of hear it, don't you? You kind of
Yeah,
understand
and-
maybe what.
I mean, this season he has even more reason because they qualified for the Champions League.
Oh, yeah,
So-
he has to lead that, boy. They're not winning the Champions League in Bilbao. I just
Yeah, but
smoking, bro.
it's the first time in 10 years, maybe even more.
So what?
So
Yeah, 10
Yo.
years. Yeah, 10 years.
So it's simple. Just Barcelona. It's a different project. Barcelona, they're winning trophies. Nico Williams, Barcelona, they want you. It's simple as this. Make Nico Williams your number one priority. Let's see if it can happen. If for some reason
How
that
old is
doesn't
he,
fall
though?
out, you
How old
Nico
is
Williams?
24?
Dude, he's
No,
like
he's younger.
22. He's 23,
No, he's
I
like-
think. I think
yeah, he's
22,
he's like
23.
early 20s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boy. Yeah, boy. He has 7 years or 8 years for us, bro, and help us win more trophies, bro. Go for it, man. Come on now.
if the whole Nico Williams deal doesn't materialize, then you have a Lookman, for example,
Yeah,
and
30
then you
mil.
go
No.
after for Rashford. I'm
Yeah.
of the mindset of we
Yeah,
need
yeah,
two
yeah.
signings up top. I'm looking at Marcus Rashford as a certainty necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
unless Man United they say, hey, no, permanent transfer fee. That's where I say, okay,
Yeah, because that's what they're saying. They don't
uh-huh.
want to. We apparently we are only open to like a loan deal with an option to buy. But Manchester United are saying 40 million. You have to put down 40. I'm like, excuse me.
Oh no, no,
You
no, no,
guys,
no,
what
no, no,
you
no.
guys,
You're
you
hiding,
guys
brother.
wanna, you guys are trying to get rid of this guy. We're giving you an opportunity to potentially maybe get rid of this guy. The fact that they are insisting on us selling him tells you how desperate they are to get this guy out of the book. They don't
Yeah.
want this guy to even come back because they
1
have a
year
feeling. They
loan.
have a feeling if he comes to Barcelona, he might flop.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like you see, here's the thing. I don't mind bringing Rashford, but if you give us like a 30 mil buy either 15 or 20 mil option to buy him, then I'll get him. But I'm not paying no 40. Are you high, brother?
As
No,
I
it's
long
I
all
have
as
good.
enough.
it's optional, and if he somehow managed to get like 20 goals and crazy numbers, then that 40
I
million is
mean,
gonna look like bargain. To be honest.
exactly. Yeah, fair
And
enough.
that's
But
what I
again,
and that's why I'm open to the loan deal. Because here's the thing:
Yeah,
if
it's
we're
very
just
safe.
gonna be if we're all gonna be objective, we know sometimes these players when they have a switch of scenery, like come to a different league, they might prove to be better, right?
Yeah.
Rashford could come to La Liga, and La Liga might suit him like a glove, and he could
yeah,
come here and start scoring a ridiculous amount of goals over here. And if that happens, guess what? Then we've now shown, okay, well you can do it here. All right, cool. Here's the money. You feel me,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
But
Yeah,
we don't
Yeah,
want to risk it. So when he doesn't do well, we just return him back to sender. It's that simple.
absolutely. It's very safe
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So
Just like show us 4 months of your playtime. Yeah, we could buy you by January if you would like buy you. 4 months is enough for us to showcase. Four
But
months, bro.
the deal with Luis Diaz, though, I feel like, do you guys know when his contract is running out?
In 2 years.
2027.
Because
Oh, in
2027.
2 years. Yeah,
2027, they have
So he's got 2 years.
apparently he's on a very low wages as well, like
Hey, yo, guess
55K.
what, bro? Guess what, yo?
So
Luis Diaz,
yeah,
welcome to Barcelona in 2 years for free. There you go.
I mean, that's what apparently that's the news that's been coming out. They're
yeah,
saying that
he's
apparently he's willing to sit out his contract and
yeah.
leave in 2020. I mean, how old? He's 28 right now.
Yeah, 28
So
now.
that
Yeah,
means that by the time
yeah.
his
30.
contract runs out, he'll be 30,
30.
right?
I mean, it's still good, but by the time you need to buy a new winger as
30.
well just
See,
to make
here's the
it.
thing. Here's the thing that I have, right? And you guys let me know, right?
All right.
But I just think that Nico Williams is just a younger version of Luis Diaz. I think what Luis Diaz would offer at Barcelona, I think
Mm-hmm.
that this guy could offer just as much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I agree.
It's just
Even
that Nico's younger. And
yeah,
plus
that's the
he's more
thing.
pacey. He's pacey as well. That's the only the
And
difference. But
both are wingers that don't produce crazy GAs. Even though both of them they are not number wingers, but they will give you chaos and then threaten you
yes,
the whole
yeah,
game. So that's something Barcelona actually need because we can't rely on Rafinha on the left wing. So as long
all
as
the time.
someone
Yeah, not all the time.
giving chaos on that left side, it's good.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
make sure that you just bring the right profiles, and the right system for them. Anybody can work for us as long as we give them the right system. It's fair.
Yeah. I mean, listen, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. The last thing we're gonna talk about quickly before we do get out of here. Okay, guys. I
All
do
right.
want to ask you all, guys. You've seen that the nominations, the awards have been released. Rafinha has been given La Liga's Player of the Season. Right? They've given him
Yes,
to
I've
him.
seen that. Yeah.
There's a few, that think that Yama should have potentially won it. Right? Here's the thing with me. If you asked me, I would have probably said Yamal should have won it potentially. However, I'm also not completely against the idea of Rafinha because I think Rafinha's first half of the season was just elite. He was just
Oh yeah, it
too
was. Yeah.
good. And in the second half, it kind of tailed off a little bit, but he was still scoring goals and he was scoring important goals for us
Yeah.
during the crunch games, right? You remember the Vigo game when we were down 3-1, right? He
Yeah.
came in, scored a brace, the comeback. You feel me, right? So even when he wasn't playing well, he was still getting goals and he was still doing his thing, right? So, Elias, what do you think about Rafinha? Do you think it's a well-deserved award for him, or do you
It-
think that there was someone else in the team that should have
No,
done
no.
it? Because I'm gonna be honest, I know before you go, I know I said Yamal, but I honestly said last week that for me, Pedri should have won the player.
Yeah.
He was my
That
player of
also.
the season.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, hey, Rafinha is deserving of the award, but if you ask me, I would have given the award to Pedri because in La Liga, the consistency and the level of performances that he was putting in was just phenomenal. Pedri, when you're talking about his season in general, I don't think a lot of people realize how good he was. He was literally the heart of the Barcelona team. So many things were
Yeah.
created and started by him and then finished by the attackers. Your Lamine Yamal, your Rafinha, your Lewandowski, etc.
But
He,
you're right.
yeah, he provided so much tempo. He was a tempo setter. He was, just controlling the game, and he would have been my option. But it doesn't mean that Rafinha is undeserving of the award. He's been absolutely fantastic. Actually,
But the game's about GA nowadays, so that's the difference.
yeah. I mean,
That's the
but
difference.
it just if you base it on GA, then your midfielders are most likely never going to
Exactly.
be
That's the thing.
the player of the
Yeah.
season because the ones who get the numbers are the attackers and everything.
Yeah.
But I genuinely thought that
Nusa was a
Pedri.
good shout, Nusa from Red Bull. I mean from
Okay.
Red Leipzig. Yeah, he's a
From
good shout
Leipzig.
as well for a winger.
Yeah,
He's from-
that's
He's from Norway, by the way. I really like this
Hey,
guy.
listen,
Yeah,
that,
he's-
yeah,
Nice
yeah,
goal
listen,
against Italy. Nice goal
He's
against
so
Italy.
good. He's
Yeah,
so good,
I
bro.
watched it live 2 years ago against Georgia, and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia was on that field. I'm not even lying. Antonio Nusa was looking like the superior left winger at that game. So
Yeah.
ever since 2023, I really love this game. Love this guy, and I don't know if it was 2022 when he became the youngest goal scorer in the Champions League when he played for Club Brugge in Belgium.
Club
Yeah,
Brugge,
yeah.
And in this January, I believe he was about to join Brentford,
Yeah.
but his medical
not,
failed.
not,
He did
not,
not,
not
he did not.
Forest, I think. Was it Forest?
I think
Or
it.
not?
I think it was either Brentford or Tottenham, but
Yeah, Tottenham. I think
Brentford,
Tottenham were after.
Yeah.
Tottenham, yeah.
but it failed. So this guy is literally. He looks like Neymar as well. The way he crouches, everything. This guy gives me Neymar vibes, and the way he absolutely cooked Giovanni Di Lorenzo that game against Italy.
Yeah, you can hold that, man. Hey, listen.
Um,
But yeah, I
Hey,
mean,
but
yeah, but
let's go back
just
to
staying in
Barcelona.
topic. The Rafinha.
Yeah, let's stay on topic. Yeah.
Yeah, Rafinha. Quick.
For me, my thing was as long as a Barca player wins the player of the season.
I mean, a
was
Barca player
happy.
was always gonna win it. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean,
was
I guess
happy, but-
Mbappe was like the only like closest one to
Yeah.
winning it for any other club.
Yeah,
But yeah,
But-
go ahead. Continue.
in my opinion, Rafinha's best campaign or tournament competition, should I say, was Champions League. So I was expecting either Lamine Yamal or Pedri to win the player of the La Liga, but I'm not mad at that. And Lamine Yamal actually won the player under 23. I don't know.
Yeah, here we go.
So it's a win-win situation for me. I have no complaints, but I've seen some people using that as an argument against Lamine Yamal for the Ballon d'Or, saying if Lamine
Yeah,
Yamal is not
listen,
even
they'll
the,
find anything, man. They will find
Yeah.
anything.
if
they're fine,
Lamine
yeah.
Yamal is not even the best player in La Liga, how are you guys waiting for him to be Ballon d'Or? But let them just talk.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
they
happy.
They can keep crying, man. They can keep crying.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely deserved, man. But yeah, listen, that's actually that. I guess that's like the only like news coming out of Barcelona this week. Big up to every single one of you guys for being here. Elias, brother, let the people know, man. Like, what is coming up on your channel, man? What can they expect from your channel? And
No,
yeah, what you got
I
plans?
absolutely. So, with the season, being wrapped up, the most important thing that's happening right now is just transfer news, making daily videos talking about it and everything. Barcelona going on vacation. They're gonna have this period of rest. A lot of players are just gonna be chilling and preparing for preseason, which is going to be happening next month. So just basically just transfer videos coming up. Make sure to follow me. Everything is at Kool Podcast. Go over there, guys. And super excited for the Club World Cup as well, starting in I think 2 weeks or so.
Next week.
So, next week?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
14.
I,
yeah,
that,
14.
that was going to be in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 14.
crazy,
Okay.
crazy, correct.
So
That's
soon.
next. Yeah, that's next week. That's next week for sure.
Next week, right? Okay, yeah.
Let
Yeah.
the players rest, man. Damn.
Hey,
Crazy.
Hey, listen, Barcelona players are not involved. I'm good, man. I'm just like, hey,
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm
I can
happy.
do. Yeah. Listen, man, I didn't care. I don't care much about this Club World Cup this year, so
Me
it
too.
could be a great tournament. If it's great, then you know what, I'll look forward to the next one when
We can win this.
when we
But we can just win that in the next 4 years anyway. So
Next
for
year.
now, let them have it for now. We can win that in the next four
Yeah.
years.
I want
Yeah.
Messi to somehow win it. I don't think that's possible. But
I mean, Inter Miami are way too
Uh,
garbage, man.
Yeah.
Like Messi, he's what's it called? He's enjoying life. He's still at a fantastic level, but the thing is that Inter Miami team is just so bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
It's
He's
so
yeah.
bad.
carrying them. Absolutely carrying them.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, fam, I
carrying.
don't. Their his kids are cold, man. Like Thiago, Chiro, and Mateo, bro. They're cold, man. At the
Yeah.
academy,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, they're
Yeah,
legit, yo. They're legit. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing their thing for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, where you got a channel too, right? So you
Yes.
also upload videos. Listen,
TikTok,
man,
right?
that's
my
weird.
app.
There you go, guys. Make sure if you guys go
Oh,
check
yeah,
out
Culers.
where your Culers channel, guys. Go
I'm
subscribe.
gonna be
to his-
posting a lot of transfer rumors and
Yep.
some long form videos. I'm just gonna get my camera.
Yeah, man.
You
Make
guys,
sure you
I'm
guys.
about to cook.
Yeah, listen, man. Make sure you guys
Get
go
ready.
subscribe to his channel, guys. Go subscribe
Thanks.
to his channel. Big up to my guy Abs Nuri as well. Go subscribe. We just type Abs, you will find his channel. And NJ, as you guys know, he's always
Yeah,
in the
man,
chat. Big up to my guy every
Big
single
up.
time.
Thank you for having
Some
me,
of
bro.
some of the big hitters, man. They were not. They were very busy today. I'm sure next week they'll be
Yeah.
here. But I appreciate every single one of you guys for
Thanks.
being here every single time, guys.
Absolutely.
Listen, guys. This stream will be redirecting you all to Flawless, guys. Sarcasm City TV. He's doing the what's the name? The Belgian. Is it the Barbados edition? Liverpool, Manchester United, Barbados edition, guys. Go
Huh?
out there, put Omar. Yeah, it's a show, man. It's a
the show.
it's a Manchester United Barca show, right? Yeah. Basically, guys, go subscribe to my guy Flawless's channel and subscribe to every one of these guys' channels, right? All the guys who have channels in here, make sure you guys go subscribe to them. Put Omar BYT Raid in the comment section below. And like I always say, whenever we end these streams, guys, Visca el Barça,
Visca Barça.
This guy
Vamos.
Catalonia.
Take care,
And
guys.
peace, you
Bro,
guys.
this guy, bro.
This bro, hey, listen,
Bro,
man, I'm not.
NJ
Yeah.
is such.
NJ, you're out of here. You're out of here.
Yeah, ban him.
Yeah.
Pick up you guys.